How can I find more time to do what I love? Great question, right? Isn't it true that some days, or let's be honest, for most of us, most days, that we carry things over to an already overburdened to-do list? Have you found yourself at the end of the evening exhausted and a little bummed that there wasn't enough time to do what you truly love to do? Well, today I'm going to share with you some tried and true tactics so that you can carve out time for yourself. Now, I know that many of you are just like me, where we love our businesses so much and are so passionate about it that we would do it for free, literally around the clock. But this isn't healthy, and it can lead to burnout, health issues, and us simply not showing up as our best or as creative as we could be. Now, I promise that you're going to feel so much better, become so much more productive, and simply be a much happier person. And your family's going to thank me. Did you realize that there are actually some pretty hefty consequences for poor time management? Let me share some with you. What about running late and having poor punctuality? This is just plain rude, as you're basically saying that others and their time doesn't matter, or it doesn't matter as much as you do. Ouch. What about rushing? If you find yourself constantly rushing from one thing to another, or you're simply toast if something unforeseen happens, you need to seriously consider the steps I'm going to share with you today, okay? What about impatience? You know, that's usually a result of excessive pressure of a looming deadline on you, or maybe even having poorly defined goals. Our goals can help to identify our priorities, and it gets really blurry when you find yourself always working on the urgent, important category versus working proactively on the important. It makes it really hard to define your goals because everything seems to be urgent, and it's only because you haven't managed your time properly. The next consequence is the big P word, procrastination. Why do we do this to ourselves? You know, putting things off. Repeated procrastination can result in unnecessary stress and poor performance, and that can lead to declining productivity, and then things start to backlog. Then we start chasing our tail and have to work extra hard or long to try to catch up. Eventually, you're not only going to have your energy levels completely drop, but your motivation's going to be lost. And the further you get behind, the less energy and motivation you're going to have. Now, believe it or not, perfectionism can be one of the biggest culprits that creates poor time management, because it lends itself to spending too much time trying to prepare for what many of us actually don't even get started altogether, or we do it incredibly slow. An area I struggled with is being indecisive. When I was faced with more than one option, I kept weighing the options to a point where it stalled me completely. It was a huge waste of time. When we can't make good decisions, we have a tendency to say yes to everything, leaving ourselves with an excessive workload. You might be saying yes to others, but find yourself rarely working on the tasks which are important to you. One of the quickest ways to improve your time management is to start saying no. Ask yourself if what being asked of you is really going to move you forward in the direction of building your best life, best business, career, or preferred future. And if the answer is not an emphatic yes, you may want to consider saying no. One of the biggest dead giveaways that you need better time management is when you're doing everything yourself. Ouch. You know, there's always tasks that can be delegated or dumped, automated or outsourced. One of the greatest consequences of poor time management is that it's going to eventually affect your relationship. So don't make the mistake of busyness versus business. We need to change our focus from efficient to effective, right? So here are my 5 time-saving steps that you can take. Now be sure to post below and share with me what your favorite one is. The first is to prioritize. Become a master at putting the important tasks and events over the urgent ones. Break the habit of reacting to urgent and let the important fall to the wayside. Be proactive versus reactive. The important will contribute more to your long-term goals. Throughout the day, get into the habit of asking yourself, is this the best use of my time right now? This can help you identify and take action on doing the right things at the right time. Second, avoid procrastination. One thing many get confused about is that it doesn't simply mean inactivity. It can mean doing the low priority, easy tasks before doing the high priority, difficult ones. Now, I know I'm stepping on your toes. Just know that I love you and I want you to be free from all this so that you can have time to do the things you love and don't have time for. So start getting in the habit of focusing your energy on what matters the most and of making things happen. Number 3, stop snoozing. If you start your day without intention and hit the snooze on your phone or alarm, it's going to set the precedence for your entire day. Number 4, get organized. Work from systems in a workspace that's organized enough to get enough results. And 5, delegate. Don't let your ego get in the way. We think we can do a better job than other people, and it can be the thing that keeps us from living our best life. Knowing when to assign certain tasks to others can increase your productivity exponentially. Well, here's to your success and your better time management. Let me know what you're doing with your extra time.